it is Sydney Island here. That's Island with a Y, not an S. Y'all, I haven't made this a solid decision, but I'm thinking about going back to doing the Greetings Earthlings thing that I used to do on my other channel. And I was gonna like milk that channel and blow it up, but then I changed my mind and decided to put all of those videos on this channel, which I kind of regret low-key. But anyway, we're gonna deal with that later. Today, we are talking about acting, being an artist, and this recent this recent networking event for artists that I went to here locally. When I tell y'all this event, this event with all of them beautiful melanated artists all in one room, y'all, it was exciting. It was just, the experience just blew me away. Like, I was in a good ass mood that day, and it was before Mercury went in retrograde. Yeah, Mercury's in retrograde right now, so I've been definitely feeling the effects. we're gonna talk about that in another video. Okay, so I just want to talk about this, and I'm gonna show the whole thing. Like, this is a whole vlog of all the different, things that I experienced during this event. Y'all gonna get the clips, y'all gonna get all of that, okay? So just hang tight. But I do want to express genuinely how I feel about this experience. Man, I should turn the air on. I didn't want to have the air on because I feel like the air would be too loud over my voice, but you know what, it's too damn hot for all of that. Come on, hurry up, turn on. Okay, so how did I find out about this event? Well, I found out through Facebook. A woman that I met in acting class, she was the host of this event. She was the person who pretty much brought it all together. And when I tell y'all, I love this woman and like secretly look up to her as a big sister, we have had a few conversations, and she has kind of brought clarity to me through conversation about not having a not so good relationship with my mom. And so yeah, she's awesome. Her name is Nakia. And so I saw it through her post on Facebook.
But anyway, like I said, this space, I want this space to be intentional. We want this space to be intentional. I want to introduce you to some very, very great people that, one, held my back on this. I started planning this event in March. And a lot of people don't know, but a lot of people do know that I had to pivot 3 days ago to try to figure out a new plan because I was really told to just figure something else out last minute. And I had very good people in my corner that would not let me give up on this, and I want to thank them, and I want to introduce them to y'all. We have Chrissy Taylor here. Chrissy Taylor here does a lot of things. Yes, she does a lot of things. She is a radio host, but she is a very, very, very talented director and writer. He's gonna talk.
I'm so glad you.
Yeah. Oh wow.
I've been thinking about us for years. Where can we have a space to be us?
So let's get to the vibes, y'all. The vibes of this room. The vibes were peaceful. The vibes were spiritual. The vibes were calming and very relatable. And it just felt really good to be in a room with Black artists. Like, I felt like I hadn't been in a room like that in a minute. It just felt really good. And I ended up singing my song, Swim Y'all. I ended up on stage talking my shit and singing. But you refuse to drown.
instead of drowning in the ocean of emotion, you learn to swim. That's it.
I networked like crazy. Like I was in such a good mood, y'all. When I tell y'all I was a social butterfly, I was talking to everybody and anybody that I could talk to. I was surprising my little old self, having been somebody who grew up a true definition of an introvert. Like damn near to the point where I still to this day think that I have a form of autism. And that's another topic for another video. I probably should get a diagnosis, y'all. I don't even know. But it was poets, fashion designers, singers, painters, photographers, directors, producers, writers, script writers. Like it was all of the type of creatives of blacks. It was awesome. I had so much fun, y'all. I'm gonna show pictures. And it was awesome. It was a good time. It was a really good time. Now the air done came on. Hopefully it's not too loud over. I'm gonna talk a little louder so y'all can hear me. You sing gay. And it sounded like a whole dude just now. The vibes was awesome. There was this dude, and I wish I would have filmed more of his stand of crystals, but this dude, I can't remember his name, but I'm gonna put it right here if I find it. This dude who literally made jewelry out of like real genuine crystals that he dug up. This man dug these crystals up. I don't even know where. He got these crystals out the ground, y'all, and he made jewelry using all this amazing, beautiful copper. He had copper necklaces, copper bracelets, copper finger rings, copper earrings. I say copper, but copper and crystal. You know, it was a lot of crystal stuff, and that was like the first spot that I was drawn to. Like that was the first person, and I talked to that man for a minute because he was just so freaking interesting. Like he's like me, like very deep, very spiritual. Whew, I was blown away, and I didn't know that you could do stuff like that. Like I didn't know that you could have a whole crystal stand at a networking event for artists. Like I don't know, I just was blown away. Like this event was very, very well put together, and I have to talk to Nakia actually because we're in acting class together, and I have acting class the day after tomorrow, and she'll be there. And I'm glad that I'm making this video because it shows me and reminds me of what work I still have to do as an artist. So I do need to talk to her about that event and be like, girl, number one, how did you put it together? Number two, just express how I feel about it and be like, girl, it was very well put together. It was a absolute vibe. I could do that all day, every day. I need to talk to this girl. Like y'all, Mercury been in retrograde. My period is about to come. So I have not quite been myself. So I have not quite been as social. But that's a whole nother thing for another day.
Continue to cope with challenges, setbacks.
Do you mind if I like film and like promote you and you know? Okay, get your social media. Yeah, I gotta promote the black artist.
The word of the
Yes,
day
ma'am.
is patience. Can everybody say patience? Hey, what's the word of the day?
Poetry snaps for patience.
Poetry snaps for the word.
Well, check this out. We like to, here at Keeping It Peace, we love to incentivize engaging with the language arts. So check this out. Here's the catch. Here's the kicker. Poets, people on the list. If you just so happen to use the word of the day,
Patience.
and your poetry piece, music piece up here on stage. Catching vibes to mean beats, muffled, ad-lib, scuffled, laughter, tussles, left and right. You know, top flight, big dog energy fills the walls. Executive producers and CEOs that know how to bob, weave, and flow instrumentation to listening elation. Lyrics for longevity, selling these moments. Packaged products that ought to move numbers. Busted bodies, open it again. Make it do it again. I say head. Off the dribble, I got scribbles that make up a lot. That shake up the spot, make it pop a lot. Throw that, hey.
That's it. Hey, that's K. My Instagram is JUST, the number 4, the letter U _ KA. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hold on, okay, hold on.
You gotta sit down.
Oh.
This a whole network in this.
Everybody's new to this. They don't know.
I'm trying to get you in,
Book this man, book
Okay,
this
she ain't paying
man.
attention. Okay.
I bet that's what's up. That just smells good. How y'all doing?
It smells good.
All right. I haven't done this in years, but we're gonna figure it out. Amen. The name of this poem, I only do one today. It's called "What's Given to Me." That this life I live may not be a sequel of damnation. My nation has fallen under a curse that is worse than blatant slavery. Because poverty has me relying on a 1% rand government. Now Uncle Sam owns my babies. It's not completely dark, but the world's kind of shady. Conspiracies sound like possibilities. Now I trust nobody, just as Massa intended it. Empty minds, empty in clips where no one gets the big picture of the eclipse that reigns over our skies. No eyes have seen, no ears have heard the truth because it hurts too bad. Grown sons and daughters are still mad because they never seen their dad. Bitter from the repeated practices of taking our fathers away, some to the heights, bitter to sleep with another woman. And now today, young men pride themselves as glorified breeders. And if daddy did stay, he beat her. And I love my mama, I don't want to be like him, but I don't know anything else either. So I drag to my friends and tell them I keep my pimp hand strong.
Ooh.
Lord, what's given to me, I pour out to your people that this life I live may not be a sequel of damnation. My nation has fallen under a curse that is worse than blatant slavery. All ladies love, right? All ladies love, but most put it above their own dreams. And it seems that looking for love in our ethnicity is like looking through a Where's Waldo magazine. Girl, he the one. No, he ain't. And her anxiousness won't let her wait, so she's bait for the man that understands her vulnerability of never having her daddy and exploits it. And with self-hating, generational curse seed, her womb, he anoints it, and the cycle of decay overflows. Lord, what's given to me, I pour out to your people that this life I live may not be a sequel of damnation. My nation has fallen under a curse that is worse than blatant slavery. Grandmama praying, but a bank account ain't sinking. Sitting in the pew, the only view I see is of a wooden cross, and I'm wondering, where Jesus at? Because he ain't in the church, he's in the streets. Now me and him looking for a place to sleep. Grandmama praying every day and night, but she's still sick and I have to hear, God is good! From the hypocrites that don't give a damn about me because they're living on the Ritz, so I struggle to survive, hustle to thrive. While Uncle times I'm plotting my homicide, we're selfish. Crabs in a pot, where the boiling point of blowing up, my cup overflows, but it is filled with the blood of my brothers, and the crimson reflection shows me an image of myself, of self-hatred. I hate myself, and if I hate me, I can't love you. So the next time I see you in the street, the next time you step on my shoes, the next time you dress better than me, the next time I see my reflection in your brown eyes, I will kill you. How dare you show me an image of worthlessness? Lord, what's given to me, I pour out to your people that this life I live may not be a sequel to damnation. My nation. Father, how can I believe that love exists in a world of hate? Lord, people told me that God is love. So God, if you exist, please show me so that what's given to me, I can pour out to my people to show that Christ's love has no equal, that on Calvary, you freed us from damnation, that my nation will love you and themselves, freed from hatred, slavery. Thank you.
Let's go. March.
Proof 42, that's how you lied to me. Calling out plays while you're sleeping on me. Why you do that, babe? You did your dirt, now your ghost like a dream.
I began to dance, follow you around, yet I'm independent. I'm in it to win it. I say it, I meant it. Put it on exhibit and let everyone come see the show. The way the setup goes, red, orange, yellow, you know the flow as if aligning your chakras. Oh, I felt that in the stroke, feel it in the 1, 2, 3, 4. The way I count all the different versions of me that I really want to know. That's that piece. Thank you.
So let's talk about what I gained from this experience on a spiritual level, on a soul level. Yes, I am honoring how Sydney Island feels about the environments that she places herself in. I'm honoring how I feel. And I have to say that because of the abuse that I've been through, where I didn't, and I'm still always working on feeling good about myself, you know? I'm always working on not believing those negative things that those abusers said about me and to me, right? So I realized that I can be a multi-passionate and be successful. When I tell y'all, I was surprised at how many multi-passionates there were in one room. And when I say multi-passionate, I mean multi-talented, I mean somebody who is a painter and a singer and an actress all in one, which is me. I'm a singer, I'm an actress, I'm a painter, I'm also a writer, and I'm also a video editor. So I do a lot of creative stuff, and I've always found it so challenging to manage all of that. Like, I never feel like I am where I want to be creatively. I always feel somewhat behind, even though my spirit guide's been telling me in many different ways that you're not as behind as you think, girl. Look at you going to these acting events, and I gotta pee. Hold on. Yeah, because I was about to get deep up in what I was about to say, and I'm like, I can't say this on a full bladder because I need to be in tune with my body. You know what I'm saying? So my spirit guide's been telling me, like, you are not as behind as you think. Look at how you just went to this acting event and you was y'all, when I tell y'all doing YouTube, I really be talking to my soul when I do these videos. Like, it be a revelation for me. I'm going through a revelation right now sitting in front of this camera. Like, my spirit guides is like, you made it. You're finally out of your shell. You're finally being who you are. You're finally continuing what you started. Like, girl, you've been networking with people. You came out your shell. You was a vibe, girl. You was a freaking vibe. Couldn't nobody say that I wasn't smiling and being positive. Couldn't nobody say that I didn't make nobody's day. Couldn't nobody say that. I was up there singing my butt off. And I had a friend who was there that when we got in the car, because she was my ride, she expressed to me how in awe of my singing voice she was, and how she was like, girl, you need to make music. And y'all, when I tell y'all, this whole acting journey, it's just been a dream for me. It's not always easy because I feel like it sometimes can conflict with my identity, having to be somebody else, but not in a bad way. It just shows me what I need to work on as an individual in a way, you know, so I can make this work, right? So I can make acting work. So this experience was awesome. It was amazing. It was just cool to see, like, it was this girl. She was fine, y'all. She was fine. She was dark skinned. She had these locks and she had this dope ass, sexy ass outfit on that she freaking designed. I talked to her because I'm like, I want to talk to Shorty. She cute. So I talked to her and she told me that she designed the outfit that she was wearing. And you'll see her in the video. She was a poet and a fashion designer. And I'm like, you know you my type, right? I like them dark skinned and creative, dark skinned and artistic, baby. And she had this swag. Like, let me stop being gay. I can't help it, okay? Like, I'm just kind of gay sometimes. But yeah, like, I was just thinking, do you like girls? You know what I'm saying? But on the other side of my bi-ness, there was some fine ass black men there, you know what I'm saying? Fine ass chocolate. But aside from all of that, it was just cool because she wasn't the only person who was a multi-passionate. There was another girl who's an amazing painter, and I believe she was a poet, and she also was a great model. All of the above, you know. And then there was another girl who was an Aries. She's gonna be in this video too, who is a theater actress and a poet, and she's like super artsy like me.
How they act. So I was just like depressed and sad. So I got in my room and I started writing to myself. And this piece is not something that refers to me directly with everything I'm saying, but I felt this way on some things. You were so busy wanting to be loved on the inside that you let him inside.
So it was just really good for my self-confidence as a multi-talented, multi-passionate artist. Like, as somebody who has so many talents that they're overwhelmed. Like, I was telling this PR lady who was teaching one of the acting classes, because she was trying to help us, you know, with our I don't know what you call it, our image, our acting image, or I don't know, just that whole thing, like our social media pretty much. And she pulled up my social media on this big screen in front of the class, because that's what she was doing, going around pulling up people's social medias. And we got to me, and I was like, I'm confused, right? Like, in my bio, I was like, I'm a singer, actress, painter, YouTuber, like, you know. And she was like, no, you need to reduce it down, because this does not make you marketable. Like, they really don't know what you do. You have to specialize in something. And so it's been hard for me because I'm passionate about all of them. But I have to decide to just focus on acting and music the most, so that I don't get too overwhelmed. And I'm still freaking overwhelmed. So it was awesome. The crystal guy, he really just was a vibe. He made me feel, I felt very calm, and I felt like he was my kinfolk, you know? I felt like he was my kinfolk, or part, somebody that could be a part of my spiritual tribe, you know? Your vibe attracts your tribe, and I guess the vibe that I was giving off was attracting that spiritual tribe. I think it was only 2 people that sang, me and Zoe, one girl who was singing Blue 42. Yeah, she's cool. She's cool. She's like so adorable and sweet. But I can tell she got that like feisty side to her, like me. Like, I'm adorable, I'm sweet, I'm all of that. I'm a little shy, but then I got that side that's like, bah! But anyway, so the food. Let's talk about the food. The display. That display was sexy.
Ooh, look at it. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's gorgeous. Okay, bet.
And I got to compliment Nakia on that and ask her how she put that together. When I tell you the next class, I'm going to be so much more social, because the last class I was not in a good headspace. I had worked 2 job shifts at 2 different jobs. I drank too much coffee. I had to perform in front of the class and I was not feeling it. I felt embarrassed. I've been in my head thinking about how awkward that performance was and just trying not to beat myself up. Because that's what my friend told me in the car. The same one that complimented my music. She was like, girl, like, don't beat yourself up. Like, she kept saying that, don't beat yourself up. She was like, God is telling me to tell you, don't beat yourself up. And I guess, you know, with a lot of black women that have a strong relationship with God, a lot of the times they're like damn near psychic. So I feel like she low-key was kind of channeling, because we still getting to know each other. So she doesn't know my history of, and and I haven't really talked about this much on this channel, but my history with self-harm. You know, that's something that I've been wanting to talk about, but it's still kind of a touchy subject for me. I'm glad that I went. The food they had, what do you call it? Charcuterie? I think it's called charcuterie. I don't know. But we had the grapes, the crackers, the salami, and then it was this other type of meat. I don't even know what kind of meat it was, but it was my favorite. They had strawberries, they had honey drizzled on it. Child, that display was amazing. Like I was in awe. And then the fountain next to it, and child. And then they had drinks. There was mimosas. I think it was mimosas. Some type of alcoholic. I was drinking a couple of them, but I was feeling it. I was feeling it. And I'm just glad that I came out, because I thought to myself, my presence is needed. Like, finally I'm in an environment where I'm being seen as who I am. And that's how I feel doing acting and having this community of black actors to go to class with and go to these events with. I feel seen. And as somebody who went through so much, like middle child syndrome, of feeling unseen, feeling overlooked, and not only that, but feeling like I'm looked at like I'm a problem, like I'm the problem child. And it just only registered 2 years ago when I left my family and haven't spoken to them in 2 years. Well, I haven't spoken to my sisters in 2 years. My mom, a few months. I think it may be almost a year from my mom. I didn't realize that I just wasn't the problem until 2 years ago, when I was 26 years old. And that's I'm 29, so whatever. I was 26. I can say that with confidence. I was extremely, supernaturally empathetic. I was a people pleaser. I was very introverted in that house. I was very timid, super nervous all the time, and shy. And I was the punching bag because of it. My sweetness and my kindness made me a target for abuse. So for me to be in an environment where I'm actually seen as a human being with something to offer the room, rather than a punching bag for people when they're not feeling good about their lives, it's life-changing. It's life-changing. I won't forget the networking event. I won't forget that night. I won't forget the people that made me feel supported. You know, there's a lot of love. There's this woman named Celeste Gay. She has a YouTube channel as well, and she's been thriving on her YouTube, and she got all these views. And I think she said CNN interviewed her about this video that she made, and it went viral. It got like 500k views, and I'm just like, girl, you are blessed. Keep going, do your thing. She's been around at these acting events and in these acting classes, and when I tell you, this woman, I'm gonna cry. I'm PMSing. But in the recent acting class, I just wasn't myself. I was going through a lot. I was worried about finances despite working 2 jobs. I didn't even have a break between my last shift and the acting class. So I just was not grounded at all. And then I drank too much freaking coffee, and that really shot my anxiety up because I'm already a nervous wreck. So that made me like, I couldn't even function, you know? And after class, Celeste pulled me to the side. She was like, Sydney, I know that you can act way better than that. What the F was that? Like, she didn't cuss at me or nothing. But she was like, what the F is that? And I was just very guarded. I wasn't grounded. So I said, oh, you know, I just worked 2 jobs today. That's all. But it was deeper than that. And she could tell. I could tell that she could tell that I was kind of like sweeping it under the rug, or like covering it up and not really being 100% honest and not really opening myself up. I'm just so used to people disrespecting me and hurting me and mistreating me that sometimes I am guarded with the people that actually do care about me. And that's something that I'm working on. I have to remind myself that not everybody wants to abuse me. Not everybody wants to mistreat me. Not everybody wants to just intentionally misunderstand me just so they can play mind games with me. Like, that's what I've known for like most of my life, because of my family mostly. And then what happened was I started dating guys that also regurgitated those beliefs back at me. You know, you attract what you think about yourself, right? It's not that I was worthless. It's just that there was a part of me that was battling with my self-worth. And so I attracted literally right at the time that I left that narcissistic abuse with my family. I'm in a relationship with an abusive dude who's literally like says he loves demons. And I think that y'all should check that story time out. But he says he loves demons and he had like a lot of spiritual issues. I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but he was abusive. He was very manipulative. He gaslit the F out of me, and he would tell me that my pain that I felt towards my family, even though he was the one that pulled me from that city with my family, and you know, after I cried on the phone to him like, I need to get out of here, I can't be with these people. He the one that quote unquote rescued me, brought me to Memphis, and had the nerve to, when I'm trying to vent about all the crap that my family put me through, like, y'all, when I tell y'all my heart was broken, I was in shock for months, because I realized that my family was just not that my family was not who they said they were. They had been manipulating me into thinking that they were like my saviors, and that I was nothing without them, and that they were the reason why I was taken care of. And it just wasn't true. And he had the nerve to try to manipulate me and control the way I communicated. And I was trying to tell him how much pain I was in and talk about the stuff of family. And he had the nerve to say, it really doesn't matter that much. Like, you really shouldn't even be talking about this because it really doesn't matter that much. You know? And at the time I was like, it don't? And then it took me until after we broke up to think about that and be like, that was manipulation. He just didn't feel like talking about it. And I get that. Sometimes you don't want to hear people talk about their traumas. I get that. Sometimes it can feel like a burden, and I was heavily burdened in my heart at the time. But for you to say it doesn't matter, you could say, hey babe, I understand your pain, I completely get it, but I don't really want to talk about this right now. Like, I got a lot of stuff going on. Can we talk about this later? Instead of just being disrespectful and being mean and being cold and saying, yeah, well, it really doesn't matter anyway. What do you mean it doesn't matter? That whole experience, I told him, my whole world, my whole reality flipped upside down. I felt like I needed to redefine who I was. I didn't expect to get on this topic because this was really about the acting event. But that all plays into the person I am today and why I choose to do acting and why I choose to show up to these events and why I keep on doing this is because I feel seen. And in that relationship with him and with us, so many other guys, and with my family and with my mom most of all, I've never felt seen. I've always felt like somebody that people looked at like somebody they can use rather than somebody that they can actually cherish. And so when I go to these events, I feel seen for the divinity that's within me rather than people just focusing on the things I didn't do right and the things, focusing on my flaws and picking away at me like I'm bird food and they're the birds, So that event was eye-opening for me, and I'm really glad that I went. I hope that y'all enjoyed the clips from me being at that event. I hope that y'all got something from me just being in the room. And so that's all I have for you all today. Give this video a thumbs up and please share it with your other black creatives in the neighborhood, okay? They need the inspiration. Trust. I always need the inspiration. I always need the motivation. All right. So love yourself and love life. Bye. I see you later, baby. Ooh. Hold on. Let me shut my ass up. Bye.
And I wrote this at a point where my spiritual journey was turning. And just understanding who God really is. All right, let's see if I can. All right. God, you are like a ringing in my soul, demanding every movement, my every breath, my every thought. My soul and my mind long to be filled with the essence of you. I exist with you, and yet cannot do without you. My life is yours. You declared wanting me to guide, to love, to give, to serve. What am I without you? Less than air, less than mist, less than. I mourn in fear that your love will ever leave me. What would my purpose be? Why should I live? You love me in spite of my filthy, sinful nature, wrapping your arms around me, cradling me when I'm sad, laughing with me in joy, soothing me when I'm angry, and yet you discipline me because of your love. God, my Father, my soulmate, my love. How can I ever express in any motion or verbiage the essence of you? You are the creator, the maker, the regulator, and the destroyer of all. Satan has no reign, and he heeds to your will. How magnificent you are. You see me eye to eye, willing to sacrifice, to suffer, and to stage every effort to keep me in your grace. What a wretch am I, selfish, hard, crusty, cruel, unkind, and critical. My fate is you, for you change all that is unclean and purify it. How I long to reach for you in heaven just to thank you. For you are the ringing in my soul, the steps in my feet, the breath of my life. Without you, I am nothing.